This is Gospel Music Today. We are at the National Quartet Convention, and I am with members of Shiloh. Sitting next to me is Steve Colburn. And Steve, welcome to Gospel Music Today.
Well, it's great to be here. It's always good to come to National Quartet Convention. We're having a great time. Appreciate you having us over for the interview.
Great. I'm going to have you introduce the other guys.
All right. Well, behind me here is Jeremy McKissick, and Jeremy sings baritone, plays piano. And right here, the guy behind me, Brian White, is our tenor. And I'm Steve Colburn, and I sing lead.
All right. Now let me ask Brian, I noticed your list of musical influences, which was
I have so
kind
many.
of off the track for Southern gospel music. Tell me about that.
Well, I grew up, my dad was a barbershop quartet singer, so I listened to a lot of barbershop, but really I liked the pop, 80s pop when I was going to school, and I liked different vocalists. The Gaither Vocal Band was kind of a big influence because they had some of that pop sound, but I've always been a Chicago fan because of the instrumental piece of it. So I've got a wide variety, and it changes every day who I like to listen to, so I don't get stuck in one genre per se, but kind of interesting, isn't it? Scary.
Yeah. Jeremy, what led you into Southern gospel singing?
Well, I was walking the streets and hitchhiking, and this big Silver Eagle bus showed up and picked me up.
Yeah, we picked them up.
I knew we were in trouble
We'll
with
sing
this
for
bunch
food.
as soon as you guys sat down here.
That's right.
I was, Steve and I were friends. We had both moved back to the town we live in now. Same time, rejoined a church we were previously members of, and I started teaching his kids piano. We built a friendship. He was already with Shiloh. I was a band director. And
Actually, go back to when you grew up doing the shape notes.
well, yeah, I mean, I've been involved in shape note music before Bill Gaither was, you know. Not really, but my family's involved in shape note music, convention music, and I played gospel piano all my life. Played for a few little quartets here and there. Taught in music schools, kind of like the Stamps Music School, or we have one in Texas Southern Gospel School of Music. I've been teaching in since it started. And but Steve and I had this friendship, and I taught his kids piano, and an opportunity came up. They were looking for somebody. It had an opening, and then this is an opportunity, and my wife and I prayed about it, and this is where we're at. 2 years now, so.
Now you guys have done some real traveling with a trip to Indonesia. Tell me about that.
Well, that's right. You know, we've been labeled as a regional group before, if you can imagine that. Somebody once told us, "Well, you're not a national group." No, we're not. We're really an international group because we've sung in Australia, we've sung in South America, and recently did a Southeast Asia tour to Indonesia and Thailand. We were asked by a missions organization called Bridges of Hope to come share our ministry in Indonesia. And we were there for about 4 days. We were on the largest island in Indonesia of Sumatra, in the northernmost city, Banda Aceh, which was the city that was affected most by the tsunami that hit the day after Christmas in 2004. And there's still a lot of evidence of the aftermath of that there. Very humbling experience to see a mass grave of 45,000 people. Soccer fields where hundreds of kids were playing when the tsunami hit, all of them drowned. And so we were able to lead in a 2-day youth rally at a legal Christian church there in Indonesia. Christians in Indonesia are not allowed to share their faith outside of the church. So they cannot proselyte their Muslim friends. They can't evangelize in the community. And so, as you can imagine, being a Christian, we have the freedom to share. We can go on the street corner and share if we want. And so we went there primarily to encourage the Christians. And so that was fun leading in that. And then there was an underground church that we also led worship in. You know, we went there with the intentions of ministering to these folks. But bottom line is they ministered to us, you know. And then we followed it up with about 2.5 days in Bangkok, Thailand. We have a missionary couple that's been there 16 years in that country. And they had us in. They found out we were going to Indonesia. It was a couple-hour flight over to Thailand. They wanted us to come in, and he's pastoring a church there in Bangkok. We sang in a Thai prison for the trustees, men and women, about 300 prisoners in Thailand. And then we sang at Bangkok Christian College for about 1,500 students there. And just a lot of sights, sounds that we took in, but mainly the Lord just reminded us that wherever you go, people need Christ. And so we were able to share our ministry, and we've created a lot of new friends in Southeast Asia, and we just had a great time. We're looking forward to going back. So
now you guys are in the Southern Gospel realm, but a little different sound, I guess.
Yeah, you know, I think that comes from being from Texas. You know, we have a lot of musical influence. You know, Brian with his 80s influence there. Jeremy is the younger of the three of us. He listens really to a lot of Christian rock music. When he's driving, he puts that on. We put our earplugs in, you know. But and then I was a worship pastor for 20 years. I still like the big choir stuff and some contemporary Christian music. But yet I'm a big country music fan, and so you can sense a lot of different styles represented in our music because that's who we are. And predominantly we sing in churches that have a wide variety of styles and taste in music. A lot of the groups you hear, all their music sounds the same, and after 3 or 4 songs, you know, it kind of gets real repetitive. And for us, we like to mix it up and keep it fresh and new. That way, everybody will be able to grasp on to 1 or 2 songs and leave with a song that they can really remember that stood out in their mind that spoke to them. Yeah. So.
Now, you guys have been doing the independent releases for a while, but now you're on the Crossroads label. That's great.
Yeah, you know, we were excited about that. Crossroads is, you know, represents a lot of great artists, and Roger Talley is our producer, and Roger's just an incredible gift to us, and so, you know, we're excited about being part of the Crossroads family. We were independent for I guess about 12, 13 years, and so, you know, we're looking forward to the future to see you know, what that brings for us, and just excited to be part of that family.
Now, what's your current CD?
Our current CD with Crossroads is called Passion for the Mission. Our latest release on that is a song called Don't Ever Miss the Chance. It was written by Jim Brady of the Booth Brothers. They're an up-and-coming group. We're trying to help along, you know. So
that's a new name. I'll have to look them up.
They're not really attractive, but we're trying to help them along.
We love those guys. They're good friends of ours. We've been fortunate to work with them several times, and but it's a song that just reminds us, you know, Jesus was the pure picture of love, and the Bible tells us that others and people in the world will know us, will know Christians by the love that we have one for another. And of course, we all have families, and being on the road, we never want to miss a chance to tell our families when we're talking to them that we love them. Traveling as many miles as we do, we see a lot of accidents. I had a friend recently from my church, 50 years old, that was killed in a motorcycle wreck. And you never know when your time's coming. And it's a song that just really kind of tugs at the heartstrings and just reminds us to tell those that we love how we feel, and never let an opportunity go by to tell people that you love them.
That's a great message. Shiloh website?
ShilohNet.com. ShilohNet.com.
Well, it's been great talking to you guys. A little nerve-wracking with some of these people, but a good experience.
And thank you for the opportunity.
We really enjoyed it. Thank you very much for being on Gospel Music Today.
Thank you for having us.
There's more coming up on Gospel Music Today.